That one you can't even go in.
Trailer home, hallways, the intersection at the end.
So some guys will run the rapid, they'll blow down this thing
Open
and try to
this guy in the jacket.
I would take a party out for you right here. That's it. That's never fun.
Would suck, yeah.
Gosh, shit, this guy really can't do anything.
Whatever they do not.
I never look around. Minus everything we can in the stairwell, making him slow down and me speed up. I keep him as a constant and I maneuver around him. It's a little different because we're doing dynamic reps. It's fast as fuck. Like we're on the inside and we're just button hooking and going as fast as we can go. Everything, grinding on the stairs, clunking on the stairs, metal on metal, all that kind of shit. Be accountable for it all. When you guys turn that corner, that button hook fashion, we gotta be able to account for that. You know what your hold off is, and it has to be like that. You have to know what it is at 15 all the way in the little deviation. It's essentially point aim, point impact. If I drop an inch, no one gives a shit. Like if I shoot you here versus here, do you really care? No. If I go to shoot you and I miss, it blows over your shoulder, that's a serious problem. Some little kid standing next to you and I go to shoot you and I miss and I drop down and I skim little Tommy over the top of the head and open him up, holy fuck. So that's really why we hammer 3, the 5, the 7, because this is your world, man. So if I'm high ready and I drive it out, safety finger fire, or if I'm at the low ready and I drive it out, my head doesn't move, my lower body doesn't move, all of this shit is all the exact same.
Right, it just cleans up a little bit. It's not an actual. What should happen is that everyone shifts this way.
Right.
There's a barricade there. I don't know what's behind there. My buddy starts moving off of that.
Right now, the call for you guys right now would just be load the doors from the rear. So the reason we say load from the rear in this specific is because we have the open space on there. The angle man corner boy, essentially the L hallway.
Make sure it's tucked in here and not go into that room before you are. Two guys squeezing me, says bump one hard, and the third guy steps out and then does this kind of stutter step in. He's slowing down. His body language is telling you, I'm just waiting for a squeeze.
Right here, and the moment it comes out, he drives it out and then he steps. It allows him to get up off his shoulder. We do the same thing in the high rate. And then I drive it to the point I want it, safety fender fire. There are blue barrels that indicate the lanes that aren't active, so we'll all line up in front of one. If I take a high step, I can't shift, I can't change direction at all until that foot hits the ground. We're all traveling this way, engaging target, and we're starting to make time on the field, the building block forward. So using him as like a refrigerator. I'm just bouncing around you and I'm using this line as my new wall. So we all see that there's no fucking way we can get you and you or anybody else, two guys in there to actually get any of this angle.
Right.
You can't mean you're just packed in there like sardines. You can't tactically move or shit. So as we're kind of chipping away at this whole thing, when you guys do it, you guys can want to give him freedom of movement, but not too much. We've got to anticipate his move, so we're spring-loaded. If that means we've got to move up a couple inches at a time, then we do that, because once he goes, he's going to be exposed for a fucking run. Be comfortable with the buttonology to be able to extend them away from your face. With that in mind, this spring tension, if this spring tension is super tight, these things will suck back and hit you in the bridge of the nose and it'll fucking cut you open. Trying to find where this thing sits in our eye line, how far, just being able to play with it right now to find out what's best for us, what's realistic.
So you guys, everybody kind of come here and see where my laser is. Where your feet are.
You got to think about the thickness of the door on some of those things. It's that thin metal.
Yeah.
So when you go to pry, it's like pong! It makes that rattle, that big thumpy. That big ass echo noise. We got to be aware of that. It's like sometimes we can only milk it so far. We've got to attack it from a different side. Got to weigh our options. It's better to be quiet, better to be efficient with the breathe. I think so.